Story 1. This happened in 2018. I was home alone on Christmas Eve when I heard someone singing carols outside my window at 2 a.m. Not neighborhood carolers. One voice, male, singing directly at my bedroom window. "We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas." I froze in bed. My window was on the second floor. Nobody should be able to reach it. The singing continued, slow, deliberate, wrong. I grabbed my phone, called 911. "There's someone outside my window," I whispered. "Second floor, singing. Can you see them?" I crawled to the window, looked down. A man stood in my yard, ladder propped against the house. He was climbing up, still singing. "He has a ladder. He's climbing to my window. Officers are 3 minutes away. Get to a room with a lock." I ran to the bathroom, locked the door, heard him reach my window, tapping on the glass. "Hello? I have a present for you." My heart was pounding so hard I thought I'd pass out. More tapping. Then the window sliding open. I'd forgotten to lock it. My parents always left it cracked for air. "Where are you?" His voice was inside my room now. "I brought you a gift." I was 19 years old, home from college for the holidays. My parents had gone to my aunt's house for a Christmas Eve party. I'd stayed home because I was sick with the flu. I texted my parents with shaking hands. "Someone's in the house." In my room, I'm in bathroom. Police coming. Footsteps in my bedroom. Slow. Searching. I heard my closet door open, close. "I know you're here. I saw your light on." He tried the bathroom door, locked, jiggled the handle. "Open up. It's Christmas. Don't be rude." His voice was calm, too calm. Like this was normal. Sirens outside. Finally, the footsteps ran back to the window. I heard the ladder scraping against the house. Metal on siding. I stayed in the bathroom. Didn't move. Heard police shouting outside. "Police! Stay where you are!" More shouting. Then silence. Someone knocked on the bathroom door. "Ma'am, this is Officer Davis. You're safe now." I opened the door. Hands still shaking. Officer Davis was young, maybe late 20s. He fell off the ladder trying to escape. Broke his ankle. "We've got him." Police found him in my backyard. His name was David Chun, 34 years old. They searched his car while I gave my statement. A detective arrived an hour later. Woman in her 40s. Serious expression. "I need to show you something," she said. She had an evidence bag. Inside a box wrapped in red paper with a silver bow. "This was in his car. It's addressed to you." "What's inside?" She opened it carefully. Photos. Dozens of them. All of me. Taken through my windows over the past month. Me studying at my desk, watching TV, getting ready for bed. My stomach turned. "There's more," she said. A note at the bottom, handwritten. "We're going to have the best Christmas together. I've been waiting so long to meet you properly." He's been watching me? Since Thanksgiving at least. We found a journal in his car. Dates, times, what you were wearing. Your parents' schedule. He knew tonight they'd be gone. They also found rope in his trunk. Duct tape, a knife. What was he planning to do? I asked. She didn't answer directly. You did everything right. Locking yourself in, calling immediately. That saved you. David Chun pleaded guilty, got 7 years. But the detective told me something else. He had photos of other women too. In his apartment, different neighborhoods, all college-aged. All living with their parents. Did he do this before? We don't know. None of the other women filed reports. They might not have known he was watching. My parents installed bars on all the windows the next week. Security cameras, motion lights. But I couldn't stay there anymore. Every sound made me jump. Every shadow looked like him. We moved 6 months later. Different neighborhood entirely. I transferred to a different college closer to home so I wouldn't have to live in dorms. Every Christmas Eve now, I check all the windows 3 times. Lock them, close the curtains, draw the blinds. And I never stay home alone during the holidays. Because David Chun spent a month watching me, learning my routine, planning everything. He chose Christmas Eve because he knew my parents would be gone. He brought a ladder because he knew my bedroom was on the 2nd floor. He brought rope and duct tape because he wasn't planning to just visit. The detective said I was lucky. Most people don't wake up when someone's climbing to their window. Most people don't lock their bathroom doors. You had seconds to make the right choices, but I still think about that night. About him standing in my bedroom, searching for me. About how close he got. About what would have happened if I'd been a heavier sleeper. If I hadn't heard the singing. If I'd left that bathroom door unlocked. And I think about the other women in his photos, who probably still don't know someone was watching them through their windows. Taking pictures, planning. Story 2. This happened in 2020. I was shopping for last minute Christmas gifts at Target when a man whispered in my ear, "Your daughter is wearing a red coat, right?" I spun around. He was standing right behind me, inches away. 40s, baseball cap, jeans, normal jacket. "What did you say?" "Your daughter." "Red coat. She's in the toy aisle." My blood went cold. Emma was in the toy aisle, wearing her red winter coat. I'd left her there 2 minutes ago while I grabbed wrapping paper. "How do you know that?" He smiled. Not friendly. Something else. "I noticed her earlier." "Cute kid. How old is she?" "Stay away from my daughter. Relax. Just making conversation." I left my cart right there. Ran to the toy aisle. Emma was there, looking at dolls. Safe, but my heart was pounding. "Emma, come here, now." "But Mom, I found..." "Now." I grabbed her hand. She looked confused. I scanned the aisle. The man wasn't following. Not yet. I found a Target employee. Young guy with a name tag that said Brad. "There's a man." He approached me. He mentioned my daughter. Knew what she was wearing. "I need security." Brad's face changed. "Where is he now?" "I don't know." He was by the wrapping paper. Brad radioed someone. 2 security guards appeared within a minute. "Ma'am, what happened?" I described everything. The whisper, the red coat, how he knew where Emma was. "Can you describe him?" 40s, baseball cap, blue jacket, jeans, brown boots. They checked the cameras, pulled up footage on a tablet, found him. "That him?" "Yes. He entered the store right after you did," the guard said. "Been following you for 18 minutes. My stomach dropped. 18 minutes. I hadn't noticed. Hadn't seen him. Where is he now?" The guard checked more cameras. "Left through the side exit 3 minutes ago. Right after you walked away. They walked Emma and me to our car. Gave me the incident report number. One guard stood outside while I buckled Emma in. "You should file a police report," he said. "We're banning him from all Target locations." We got clear images of his face. I drove straight to the police station. Emma kept asking questions in the back seat. "Who was that man, Mommy?" "I don't know, sweetie." "Why did he know about my coat?" "I don't know." "Was he a bad man?" I didn't answer that one. At the station, I filed a report. The officer pulled Target security footage. We watched it together. The man entering right behind us, following us through the store, always staying 1 aisle away, watching, waiting. "I'll run his image through our database," the officer said. 2 days later, Christmas Eve, the detective called. We identified him. Robert Mills has a record. What kind of record? Child endangerment. From 2015, served 3 years. Released in 2018. I couldn't breathe. He was near my daughter. We brought him in for questioning. He claims he was just shopping. Thought he recognized you from somewhere. He whispered about my daughter's coat. Knew exactly where she was. Followed us for 18 minutes. I know. We saw the footage. but he hasn't violated any laws. Following someone in a public store isn't illegal unless there's a restraining order or direct threat. So what happens now? Stay vigilant. If you see him again, call immediately. We've added this incident to his file. If he approaches you again, we can pursue harassment charges. That's it. Stay vigilant. Christmas was 2 days away. Instead of celebrating, I was looking over my shoulder, checking car mirrors, holding Emma's hand so tight she complained. "Mommy, you're hurting me." "Sorry, baby." Every man in a baseball cap made my heart race. Every stranger in a store made me pull Emma closer. She asked why we weren't going to the mall anymore, why I wouldn't let her walk to the toy aisle alone. Why do I keep checking behind us? Mommy's just being careful. Because of the Target man? Yes. Is he going to find us? I wanted to say no. Wanted to promise her we were safe. But I couldn't, because Robert Mills is still out there. Still shopping. Still watching families. The detective told me his previous conviction, he'd approached a 7-year-old girl at a park. Tried to lure her away with candy. The mother intervened. He got caught that time. What was he planning at Target? I asked. The detective paused. We don't know. But based on his history, he targets children when parents are distracted. He's patient. Watches routines. Waits for opportunities. I threw away Emma's red coat that night. Bought her a blue one. Changed our shopping routines. Different stores, different times. Never the same place twice. I check the school pickup line carefully now. Know every parent's face. Watch for strangers. Never let Emma out of my sight at the playground. Because Robert Mills knew what Emma looked like, knew her red coat. Followed us for 18 minutes without me noticing, and he revealed himself on purpose. That's what scares me most. The detective said predators do that sometimes. They want you to know they're watching. It's about power, control. Will he come back? She didn't answer right away. Maybe, or maybe he's moved on to another family. Another red coat. That was 3 years ago. I still look for him, still check crowds. Still wonder if he's out there watching us, waiting for me to let my guard down. Because he followed us into Target on a random Tuesday. And I didn't notice until he wanted me to notice. Until he whispered in my ear and smiled. Before going to the last story, please subscribe and support us. Story 3. This happened in 2019. My family was hosting Christmas dinner when my sister disappeared upstairs for 20 minutes and came back down pale as a ghost saying, "Someone's in the attic." Everyone stopped talking. Dad put down his fork. What? I heard footsteps. Above the guest room. Heavy. Walking back and forth. Probably just the house settling, Mom said. Mom, houses don't settle in footsteps. Someone is up there. My brother-in-law Jake stood up. I'll check. I'll come with you, Dad said. They went upstairs. The rest of us sat at the dining table. 12 people. All silent, listening. My aunt held her wine glass without drinking. My uncle's hand was frozen reaching for bread. I heard them in the upstairs hallway. The attic access panel opening, the ladder unfolding with metallic scraping. Then Dad's voice, loud, shaking. Oh my God, Jake, call 911. We all ran upstairs. Dad and Jake were at the bottom of the attic ladder, looking up. Their faces were white. What is it? My mom asked. Don't come up here, Dad said. Someone's been living in our attic. What? Call the police, now. My aunt called. The rest of us stood in the hallway, staring at that dark opening in the ceiling. Living up there? My uncle said. For how long? I don't know, Dad said. But there's stuff. A sleeping bag, food, water bottles. Police arrived in 8 minutes. 4 officers. They went up into the attic with flashlights. We heard footsteps, voices, radio chatter. 5 minutes later they came down. Everyone needs to go downstairs and stay together, the lead officer said. What did you find? Dad asked. Evidence of extended occupation. We need to search the entire house. They went room by room, checking closets, under beds, the basement, the garage, making sure whoever was living there was actually gone. The detective arrived 30 minutes later. Detective Sarah Park, mid-50s. She talked to Dad first. Then she called my sister Mari over. I watched from across the living room. Saw Mari's face go completely white. She started crying. What's wrong? I went over. Detective Park looked at me. Are you family? I'm her sister. The items we found in the attic, they belong to your sister. Personal items, clothing, photos. My stomach turned. What? Mari was shaking. Couldn't speak. I put my arm around her. What kind of photos? I asked. Of your sister. Taken through windows, different times. Different days. I felt sick. Someone's been watching her? Yes, and living in your parents' attic while doing it. They dusted for fingerprints. Found nothing. Whoever it was had worn gloves. They checked the attic access. No forced entry. How'd they get in? Dad asked. Does anyone else have keys to this house? We made a list. The cleaning lady who came every other week. The neighbor who waters plants when they travel. The handyman who'd been here last month. What handyman? Detective Park asked. Guy I found on Craigslist, Dad said. Fixed our bathroom sink 3 weeks ago. Charged $200 cash. What's his name? Tom something. He gave me a first name only. Dad pulled up the text messages. No last name. Phone number. Cash payment? Show me those texts. Dad handed over his phone. Detective Park read them. Called someone. Run this number. Now. She looked at Dad. This handyman, was he alone in the house? Yeah, I was at work. My wife let him in, then went to run errands. He texted when he was done. Did you have an attic access panel before he came? Dad thought about it. His face changed. No, the attic was sealed. He said we should install access. For ventilation and future repairs. I thought it was a good idea. Detective Park nodded. He created his own entrance. Gave himself access to your house whenever he wanted. They went back up to the attic. Brought down evidence bags. Sleeping bag rated for winter. Granola bars. Water bottles. A camping lantern. And a notebook. What's in the notebook? Mari asked quietly. Detective Park hesitated. Your schedule. Where you work. What time you leave. What time you get home. What days you visit your parents. He's been documenting everything. Mari started sobbing. Mom held her. How long has he been up there? I asked. Based on the food wrappers and water bottles, at least 3 weeks. Maybe a month. They tried tracing the phone number. Burner phone. Deactivated that morning. The Craigslist ad was deleted. Tom didn't exist in any database. He's done this before, Detective Park said. This level of planning, the fake identity, creating his own access, this isn't his first time. What was he planning to do? Dad asked. Detective Park looked at Mari, then back at Dad. We found one more thing in the notebook. An entry from this morning. It said, "Tonight is the night. She'll be here." They all will. The room went silent. What does that mean? Mom asked. We don't know. But you had 12 people in this house tonight. He was in the attic the entire time, listening. Mari moved out that night, packed a bag, went to Jake's apartment. Couldn't stay in the house. He was right above my room, she said. Every night, watching me through the vents. Taking my things. We never caught him. Police investigated for months. Found similar cases in 2 other cities. Same pattern. Handyman. Craigslist. Creating attic access. But no arrests. No identity. Dad sold the house 4 months later. Nobody wanted to live there anymore. Every creak was a footstep. Every shadow could be him. That was our last Christmas in that house. We'd been downstairs eating dinner laughing, opening presents. And someone was in the attic the entire time, listening to us, waiting, planning. Mari said the worst part wasn't that he was there. It was not know what he was planning to do. What does tonight is the night mean? What would have happened if she hadn't gone upstairs when she did? Detective Park said we were lucky. If your sister hadn't heard those footsteps, he would have waited until everyone left. Then we don't know what would have happened. But he's still out there, still finding families on Craigslist, still creating attic access, still watching women through vents and taking photos. And every Christmas, I think about that dinner, about how we sat there celebrating while someone watched from above, about the notebook entry, about what "tonight is the night" really meant. We'll never know, because Mari heard footsteps at exactly the right moment. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more upcoming videos.